Namaskar, good evening. You're watching the Newshour at 9 and I am Swati Joshi. The cash for query scandal has become a millstone around Mahua Moitra's neck. Till now, there was reasonable doubt over the BJP MP's allegation that Mahua, in exchange for cash and ultra-luxury gifts, gave her parliament login ID details to a business tycoon so that he could pose questions to target Gautam Adani. And Mahua Moitra used those questions, in fact, to target Modi Sarkar in turn in parliament. But Darshan Hiranandani has given it in writing that what transpired is not a figment of anyone's imagination. Today, TMC MP Mahua Moitra's counsel withdrew from representing her in a defamation case against BJP MP Nishikant Dubey and advocate and some media houses, seeking to refrain from circulating alleged defamatory content against her. The original complainant alleged that TMC MP, through the advocate, tried for an out-of-court settlement, but the condition was he withdrew the case in exchange for his pet dog. Listen.
I have absolutely no comments except to say that because Jai instructed me in a case, I had reached out to him yesterday, that is correct, and had asked him, look, is there any way of exploring a settlement? That's all that the conversation was about. Jai had said he'd get back to me. He didn't get back to me. Today when I appeared, Jai personally said he had an objection to me appearing. I immediately withdrew and I said I don't want to do this case.
So the matter has now been adjourned to...
It's been adjourned to another date. I'm no longer concerned with the case. I've withdrawn from it. Date of hearing? I'm not aware. You'll have to check with the court.
Okay. So is there any order from the court regarding the injunction plea by Mahua Moitra, who is so far your client?
There isn't, because the court has pushed it off to another date because the lawyer appearing for Mahua, which is me, has withdrawn.
Now, this has given fresh ammo to the BJP to gun for TMC MP, claiming that the TMC MP is trying to silence a whistleblower. Listening.
अदानी जी पे जब क्वेश्चन किया जाता है, कोई सवाल उठाया जाता है, क्यों इतनी तकलीफ पहुंचती है इस गवर्नमेंट को? मैं समझता हूं कि गवर्नमेंट आज एक विच हंट कर रही है और उनको तकलीफ पहुंचाने की कोशिश कर रही है. माय कंप्लीट सपोर्ट इज टू महुआ मोइत्रा जी, बिकॉज शी इज बीन फाइटिंग इन पार्लियामेंट एंड आई थिंक शी इज डूइंग अ वैलिएंट फाइट.
देखिए, महुआ मोइत्रा ने जिस प्रकार से लोकतंत्र की हत्या की है, संवैधानिक मर्यादाओं की हत्या की है कि प्रश्न पूछने के लिए पैसा लेना, उसके लिए कुछ भी कर देना, और दूसरा ये षड्यंत्र, विपक्ष का जो षड्यंत्र है, सारा विपक्ष INDIA जो है मोदी जी को घेरने के लिए किस प्रकार का झूठ का सहारा ले रहा है, किस प्रकार से मोदी जी की इमेज को डाउन कर रहे हैं और अडानी अंबानी का नाम जोड़ रहे हैं, खुद ही उन लोगों के साथ में जुड़े हुए.
Well, in a notarized affidavit, Darshan Hiranandani stated that Mahua was told that the quickest way to fame was to attack the Prime Minister, and she thought the only way to attack Modi was to attack Gautam Adani. He asserted that the TMC MP shared her parliament login details so that he could post questions directly, and for that, Moitra demanded expensive favors and sought gifts. The TMC MP has called the entire saga a BJP scripted joke. Meanwhile, the ethics panel has confirmed receiving Darshan Hiranandani's affidavit. Listen.
सर, ये आपका इस पे क्या इनिशिएटिव है सर? ये जो हीरा चंदानी वाला एफिडेविट?
सर, हीरा चंदानी की कोई भी एफिडेविट और कोई भी वो हमको मिला नहीं है अभी.
अच्छा,
ठीक है ना?
अच्छा,
तो इस पर कोई प्रक्रिया क्या करें? अभी एक ही इनिशिएटिव है. 26 तारीख को निशिकांत जी को, वकील साहब को बुलाया गया है. उनका एविडेंस जो है, उनके जो चार्जेस उन्होंने लगाए हैं एक सदस्य के खिलाफ, उस पूरे चार्जेस को देंगे, उसके एविडेंस को चेक करेंगे, एग्जामिन करेंगे. फर्स्ट फेज में निशिकांत जी का उनका जो एविडेंस होगा उसका एग्जामिन किया जाएगा. एग्जामिन करने के बाद महुआ मित्रा को जो है नोटिस सर्व की जाएगी कि अपने जो ये चार्जेस लगे हैं, जो एविडेंस है, इनके अगेंस्ट ये क्या कहना चाहती हैं, उनके पास क्या एविडेंस है, फिर दोनों को सुनने के बाद कमेटी डिसाइड करेगी.
There are a lot of allegations and counter-allegations from both sides that bring us to the legitimate question. Is it all sound and fury, or is there substance in the case? Let's open this up and go across to our guests.
You're watching the News Hour first. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And tonight we're joined by Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP. We have Abhijit Iyer Mitra, senior fellow IPCS. Gargi Nandi Roy, political analyst, joins us as well. on the broadcast along with political analyst Lokesh Jindal. We have Ravi Srivastav, a political analyst, and Vivek Saila, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. We're also joined by Namrata Kothari, political analyst. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here. Like I said, a lot of allegations and counter allegations. Let's take them up one by one. Lokesh Jindal, first and foremost, the BJP says, you know, if the case is strong, as Mahua Moitra claims that this is nothing but vendetta and the BJP only wants to silence her, then why try and silence the whistleblower? Why look for an out-of-court settlement? How do you respond?
Well, the BJP has got a terrible track record. In 2005, when 6 of its members, they were expelled from the Lok Sabha for the cash for query scam. At that point of time, the BJP members, they staged a walkout. They claimed that it is a kangaroo court and this should not have been done. In fact, the parliament used to function ethically during the time period of the Congress. Now what we see here, what is happening presently in the parliament is the speaker has not been so active when there are breach of privilege cases against Nishikant.
Lokesh Jindal, I'm asking you about today's development. I'm asking you specifically about the out-of-court settlement charge. Please respond to that.
I would say over here that at this point of time, it is more important that we look at it in a wholesome manner. The ethics committee, which is looking after this entire issue, it must also look into all forms of allegations that are there against the BJP members. The claims that have been put forth by Mahua Moitra, she has already claimed, and we already see Mr. Sonkar has stated that till yet he's yet to receive any formal affidavit. So it's all, I would say, very much not into the exact nature. And the ethics committee must take due cognizance that till the time everything is not filed, it should not be put out in the media, as it causes a significant damage to the reputation of Mahua Moitra. So ethics committee must also act ethically in this entire saga.
Well, it has only begun to act. Now you're already questioning their intention. I want to bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra. By the way, the affidavit has been in public domain since last evening. Now questions are also being asked, Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Darshan Hiranandani a few days back said, you know, we are in the business of doing business, not in the business of doing politics. And today there is this affidavit, a detailed one, in which he's accepting that she shared her login ID details, is also admitting to quid pro quo when he says that, you know, he wanted favors in the opposition rule states, and that's why he gave in to her demands of expensive gifts.
Look, like every big corporation, and Hiranandani is a huge corporation, things work in silos. Remember, there is a Bombay wing, there is a Dubai wing, and there is a London wing. There would have been significant siloization of information. And, you know, when somebody is engaged in some form of illegality, you tell me, is your first instinct to lie or your first instinct to fess up to the truth? So this is one of those things where the group put out a statement. Remember, that was the Hiranandani group that put out the statement, not Darshan Hiranandani who put out the statement. Then the statement that came out was not a notarized statement. Now it has sworn affidavit on it, and the latest version is not just notarized, it is legalized. Because when the consulate in Dubai does the notarization process, it becomes a legalized document which is admissible as proof in a court of law. So that is what has happened now. And, the strange thing is, Ms. Mahua Moitra, in her so-called rebuttal to it, has not rebutted any of the charges. She's accepted that she got Ferragamos and Louis Vuittons and God knows what not else. And her accusation is that this has been drafted by a quote-unquote dimwit in the BJP IT cell. That is the main thrust of the argument. And she asks, why has it not been notarized? Why is it not on letterhead? The very curious thing is her own statement is printed on non-letterhead, and the signature on it is a cut and paste, which isn't even signed by hand by her.
Charu Pragya, Mahua Moitra has said the draft of this letter was sent by the PMO and Darshan Hiranandani was forced to sign it. And she also, asked, nobody has summoned him. So why is he going about sending out this detailed affidavit? Why now?
Swati, maybe Mahua is hallucinating. Maybe she is under some influence. Maybe she is trying her hand at script writing. I don't know any of this because everything that was said in that letter written by her actually did not address the allegations at all. She, in fact, sidestepped every single allegation and she thinks that nobody saw through that. How funny is that? Now, this lady represents a very backward constituency in West Bengal. She comes from a place which is called Krishnanagar and it is a backward constituency. Now, you would assume that somebody who's elected from there, who comes to parliament, will raise at least some questions for the people of her constituency. She could ask for schools, hospitals, roads, whatnot. Did she raise any question about anyone or any requirement in her constituency? Not at all. So out of the 61 questions that Mahua asked in Parliament, 50 of them were favoring the Hiranandani group. 50! Look at that staggering number. And she claims to be in Lok Sabha fighting for the people of this country. And who do you think we are? Either we're all illiterate or she thinks she can take everyone for a ride and then speak in a fancy manner in Parliament and get away with it. Now look at everything that doesn't add up. First of all, why is she sharing her login ID and details with someone who's not a parliamentarian nor her staff? Not even an Indian citizen at that. And she does not want to address this issue. So she does this.
Okay.
Secondly, she is absolutely comfortable in this quid pro quo arrangement, exchanging favors, asking questions, and she wants to hide behind the
so you're saying she has not denied any of the charges. I want to bring in Ravi Srivastava. Ravi Srivastava, while Mahua Moitra has been releasing these statements and taking jibes at Jai Anand Dehadrai, saying that he's not some Supreme Court lawyer, he's a jilted ex, and if he was part of this, if he saw all of the corruption when he was with me, then why did he wait till now to make it public? BJP says, why not respond to the specific charges and allegations? Why are you shying away from that?
I think you have heard Mahua Moitra's statement where she has said that she will be replying to any question raised by the Ethics Committee and the CBI as well.
Now, as far as Ethics Committee is concerned, the Rule 275 clearly says that till such time that process starts, the person, the chairman, should not share anything in the public domain. And here, some affidavit is being shared, some complaint
that has
is
not
being
been shared by the Ethics Committee chairman.
Shared because he is a BJP member.
Did the Ethics Committee chairman share the affidavit?
I think so. That day is already in the public domain before it reaches to the Ethics Committee. Okay. It is already on the media.
Are you saying the Ethics Committee chairperson has released the affidavit?
See, chairperson has released it or somebody else connected with him has released it. I don't know, but it is in the media. It is in the public domain.
So if you don't know, on what basis are you leveling the allegations?
Where is the sanctity of the charges? Now I come to the point of that lady was asking. 50 questions related to one particular corporate house. A question related to 5G will interest Vodafone, Bharti Airtel, any companies who are dealing with that.
Okay.
Any question related to the port will be interested by 10 more companies who are dealing with the ports. So what's the big deal about it?
But the other companies did not have the login ID and password.
Login ID, yes, I am coming to that. The login ID and that password, who knows? It has been hacked.
It has been hacked, then why is... Oh my... No, 1 second. Why is Darshan Hiranandani saying... Why is Darshan Hiranandani saying that yes, they were shared with me. And in fact, I was not just drafting the questions, but posting them directly.
He can say anything. I would call him now a tainted businessman. He was traveling with Mr. Modi on the recent visits abroad. He is the one who was hand in glove with Mr. Modi.
Hand in gloves.
I am asking one
more question.
Why the BJP members agitate? Why I name the Adani? ऐसे भड़कते हैं जैसे बैल को लाल कपड़ा दिखा दिया हो. क्यों भाई? आपके
सवाल अडानी पर पूछने पर दिक्कत नहीं है. सवाल अडानी के बारे में पूछने पर दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन अपना लॉगिन आईडी और पासवर्ड किसी और को शेयर करना, जो कि एक बिजनेसमैन है, जो कि एनर्जी सेक्टर में एक सेकंड सुनिए, जो कि एनर्जी सेक्टर में, डेटा सेंटर में, सेमीकंडक्टर चिप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर में है, उनके द्वारा ड्राफ्ट कराना और पोस्ट कराना सवाल को, उस पर ऑब्जेक्शन है. Gargi Nandi Roy wants to come in. Gargi Nandi Roy, one second. Mahua Moitra says that Darshan Hiranandani, is one second. He's a wealthy and a successful businessman who enjoys direct access to every minister and PMO. Why would he be coerced by a first-time opposition MP into giving her gifts and giving into her demands?
Yes, firstly, thank you, Swati, for inviting. And today being Shoshti, let me wish everybody Shubho Shoshti and Sharod Shubhecha. Now, coming to Mahua Moitra, Swati, in Bengali there we have a saying, Chorer Mayer Boro Gola, and it specifically means that the thief's mother has the loudest voice. And Mahua Moitra is an apt example of that. She is an imported MP of TMC, came from abroad, from corporate background, with corporate-like ambitions, and that's why she is being a representative of a corporate in the parliament and not her constituency. People in her constituency are suffering. They have forgotten her face, and that is the reason her party members also know. Have you heard any TMC leader speaking on her behalf?
Okay.
No, nobody has come to her rescue. Why? Because they have also distanced themselves. Mahua Moitra is alienated in the party. Even if this would not have come up, I don't think Mamata Banerjee would have given her a ticket next year. That is her situation. So she just wanted to make name and some money and get gifts, and what she has done is a criminal offense, giving a login
so
ID.
Is that the case, Namrata Kothari, like Darshan Hiranandani says that Mahua Moitra thought, and she was probably advised.
Said one thing, I want to come.
Okay. Finish your point.
Swati, 1 second. Lokesh had spoken about the 2005 case where BJP MPs, but all 10 from Lok Sabha, 1 from Rajya Sabha were expelled, and there was 1 Congress MP also, RJD and BSP. So if there is a precedent that people who took cash for query, they were expelled in that time, why won't Mahua Moitra be expelled? That is the question.
Why shouldn't she be expelled is your question.
So
before Lokesh, you come in, Lokesh, before you come in on that question of suspension, I want to bring in Namrata Kothari. Namrata Kothari, Darshan Hiranandani says in the affidavit, and it is notarized now, it's a sworn affidavit in which he says that Mahua Moitra was advised by her friends that the shortest possible route to fame is by personally attacking Narendra Modi, but that could not be done according to Darshan Hiranandani because the Prime Minister enjoyed an impeccable reputation. That's why she attacked Gautam Adani to attack Narendra Modi.
See, whatever the allegation is leveled against her, first let it be proved in the court of law. If it is proved, then it's fine. Whatever she has done, she must be punished. As we know, whatever karma we will do, we have to bear fruits of that. If she is proved in court of law, yes, she is whatever allegation of corruption against her is right, then definitely she will be punished. If not, then why, like in a democratic country, everybody has the right to say or put his or her point in her own way. Let her put it in her own way, and let wait and watch what will happen.
One's point of view.
Happen in the court.
It's not about just putting forward one's point of view. It's about, and the allegation is about taking favors. The allegation is about to benefit personally and one second and to cater to someone's business interest. These questions were posed, and login ID of the 1 second, ma'am, let me finish. Login ID of the Lok Sabha website were shared with a third person, with Darshan Hiranandani, who admits that he was drafting and posting the questions. The objection is to that. The objection is not to her point of view and the fact that she raises questions against the government or against Adani. I want to bring in Vivek Sailas. Vivek Sailas, Gargi Nandi Roy said that Mahua Moitra is not finding any support in her party. The TMC seems to have distanced itself from Mahua Moitra. How should that be perceived?
Now, since the case has gone to the ethics committee or the special committee, solid proof should be produced as an evidence before coming to any conclusions. Only allegations don't prove anything. What at the moment I can say, it could be a perfectly carved conspiracy against Mahua Moitra ji by the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have seen the leaders who have spoken against the Bharatiya Janata Party have been terminated from the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha as well, Mahua Moitra ji has been all through a very bold, very fearless, daring audacious in asking question to the Bharatiya Janata Party and questioning Mr. Gautam Adani and all his cases, and she has taken the Honorable Prime Minister head on. Then
Vivek Sailas, I'll go back to the first allegation. Then I'll go back to the first allegation. Why is there a need for an out-of-court settlement?
If at the moment there are no video evidences, there are no audio evidences. It has to be proven in the court.
If there are no evidence, if there is no evidence, wouldn't that prove that it indeed is a ploy? It indeed is a ploy to frame her. Then why not allow the proceedings to take place as is? Now, many are also saying that it is on the direction of Mahua Moitra that her lawyer approached Jai Anand Dehadrai for an out-of-court settlement. What was the need for that? Lokesh Jindal, respond to that. Also respond to what...
Can I come in, Swati?
Okay, please, go ahead.
Swati,
yes,
please,
I want to ask both Lokesh ji and the Samajwadi Party spokesperson defending Mahua right now. Please tell me how many questions in Parliament by Mahua were about either her state or her constituency. Simply, can you please tell me? Do you have an answer to that? An honest person will go to court. An honest person will never allow her name to be tainted. Will never ask to settle. An honest person will never ask to
Okay, but then Charu Pragya, where is there a guideline? Where is it written that you cannot, ask other questions? There's no guideline that you need to ask questions only about the constituency.
Yes, but tell me, Swati, 50 questions. 50 questions. There are more than 500 MPs in Lok Sabha. Can you just look at the list of the questions everyone else has asked? Have you seen anybody else at, a space where they are asking 90% of their questions favoring one business house?
Lokesh Jindal, come in.
Come on.
Come in and respond to what Charu Pragya and Gargi Nandi Roy have been saying on the question of suspension. Please respond.
Yes, before I answer this question, I want to highlight a very important point here. Why wasn't this matter subjected to privileges committee? See, if we talk about ethics and privilege committee, the major difference is in ethics committee, only the parliamentarian is summoned and the proceeding takes against the parliamentarian. But in privilege committee, even a person outside the parliament can be summoned and the procedure can be taken against. Over here, don't you think Hiranandani, the one who has made accusations, he is being shielded because the matter is not referred to privilege committee? Secondly, there are a lot of cases that are pending. Let me come.
Okay.
See, ethics committee is a very light committee. As compared to privilege committee, you cannot compare both these committees at all. Right from the time of its inception, the ethics committee has not carried out any major form of investigation.
Mr. Jindal, just to understand the procedure, maybe you know more than me or the other panelists about the parliamentary proceedings. Can the ethics committee refer the matter further to the privilege committee? I just want to understand. This is no sarcasm. I'm trying to understand the process.
The ethics committee shall be preparing its report, submitting it to the speaker. It is at the behest of the speaker that it could be further to the privilege committee.
So it's not like it will never go to the privilege committee. If it is required, it can be forwarded.
No, if you talk about Nishikant Dubey's case, over here his matter was directly referred to the privilege committee. A privilege committee as a committee is far more potent, is far more effective as compared to ethics committee. So when I'm talking about the manner in which things are unfolding, see, I'm absolutely against any parliamentarian resorting to any form of corruption. But when we talk about transparency and the modus operandi, we must make sure that institutions, they must also act in a manner.
You asked a very important question. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, why not the privilege committee? Because here, two individuals are member of parliaments. Apart from that, Jai Anand Dehadrai is a Supreme Court lawyer and Darshan Hiranandani is a business tycoon. Why not the privilege committee? Also, I want to quickly bring in what Mahua Moitra said about Nishikant Dubey. She says that it is an individual against who I have filed pending privilege motions. Why out of 543 MPs would he forward the letters to Nishikant Dubey?
Okay, this is these are bizarre questions, and I'll tell you why. If I choose to go to the district court or a sessions court or approach the Delhi High Court, I am a petitioner in the gay marriage equality petition. We approach the Delhi High Court. We weren't told to go to the sessions court. You choose what forum you want to go to. If you want to go to the privileges committee, you go to the privileges committee. If you want to go to the ethics committee, it depends on your this thing. Then the chairman of the committee takes a decision on if it falls under his purvey or if it doesn't fall under his purvey. So he's gone out there. If you have an issue with it, take it to court and say it can't go here. It
Sir, it
should
is
go
the
somewhere
speaker
else.
who refers it to the committee, not the petitioner who goes to a particular committee.
So
Please
he's
get your
good.
facts
So
right.
he's gone. So he's gone.
No,
he's
no, the
gone to
speaker is supposed to take a
and the
call.
speaker has referred it to the ethics committee.
So why
He
not?
has a right
Why
to-
hasn't the
he has-
speaker
look,
referred it to the privilege committee?
Lokesh, you are not the speaker. Okay, are you a member of parliament?
Absolutely, but I have the right to ask.
No, you
I
have the
right to ask.
But the speaker, it is the prerogative of the speaker.
Absolutely, it is the prerogative of the speaker to initiate action.
It is the
and not
prerogative
to
of the
initiate
speaker.
action.
Is
It is the
there any
prerogative of the
rule-
speaker to make sure that the parliament functions effectively and efficiently.
Is there any
The larger question is,
rule
sir.
that says it can't go to ethics committee?
Sir, there's no rule at all. In fact, the rules of business in Parliament gives a certain discretion to the Speaker.
Yes, but the
you cannot insulate the
the
Speaker
Lok
over
Sabha
here.
Ethics Committee has asked Nishikant Dubey and Jay Anand Dehadrai to appear before it for oral evidence, and they are going to do that on the 26th of October. So let that proceeding take place, Lokesh Jindal, and then we'll see how the matter proceeds. But on the question of suspension, you haven't answered, please.
Well, can you please repeat the question again?
Why
Swati?
should she not be suspended is what Ms. Roy has asked.
Yes, in fact, if it is proved, if there are evidences available, if it is prima facie, it has been proved beyond doubt, yes, action must be taken. There should not be any leniency, but there should not be a selective action as well. Even the BJP members against whom privilege committee, the reports have been filed and case action has not been initiated, even they must be subjected to such form of I would say, treatment. So it should not be selective, and all those who are guilty, they must be expelled from the parliament the way they were expelled in 2005.
Okay, Charupragya, respond to that. Let the matter, first be proven. Let evidences be put out, and let the evidence corroborate the charges that have been made. Even before that, why are all these serious allegations being leveled against her?
See, the investigation is happening, Swati, because these allegations have been leveled, right? So we have to discuss it. Secondly, her own lawyer wants to be out of the case. Thirdly, they're asking for an out-of-court settlement. Lastly, even in that 2-page letter that Mahua Moitra drafted or got someone to draft for her, she could not find half a line to write about why she shared her login ID and password with someone who was not supposed to have it. She did not clarify on anything. So I'm sorry, this is the kind of a defense the opposition is putting up in favor of Mahua Moitra today is very simple. And all of you are defending her. I have not seen anybody from the TMC make a statement in her favor. Please remember that.
TMC seems to be, distant at this point of time, Vivek Sailas, but the other allies of the INDI stand with Mahua Moitra.
I think we should wait for 26th of October, as you have said. Definitely Ms. Moitra will be called before the committee, and she has to give answer to all the questions the committee would be asking her.
So before
we
saying
cannot,
that
it's just allegations, we cannot
BJP,
blame her.
So before saying that this is revenge politics, this is vendetta, the opposition should also have waited. Namrata Kothari also wants to come in. Please go ahead. Ms. Kothari, go ahead.
Yeah, till 26 we have to wait and watch. See, the allegation and counter allegation will goes on till anything is proved. If it is proved that she is faulty, then definitely whatever you are saying that she should be suspended, she will definitely be suspended from the parliament. Till the proof is, we will get the full proof. We have to wait and watch till time.
Okay, Mr. Mitra wanted to come in earlier. Please go ahead.
See, there's a very important point with regards to selectivity. Selectivity is the prerogative of the government and the law enforcement agency. You can't say I am not going to sentence this murderer or this rapist because I haven't sentenced because there are 500 cases pending or 10,000 cases pending in other cases. Investigation will happen differently in different states based on different evidence, based on different jurisdictions. All right, and court case pendency or a committee pendency. Selectivity is not a disqualifier in the eyes of the law. It's very important to remember that.
You know, Gargi Nandiro, I want to bring in because you and Charu Pragyan, the BJP is asking why is she not responding to the allegations, not a single line responding to the allegations in that press release in which she's questioning Darshan Hiranandani, in which she's questioning Jai Anand Dehadrai. But Mahua Moitra says, let the CBI summon me or let the ethics committee summon me and I'll answer to them. Why should I answer to trolls?
But it's not about trolls. Darshan Hiranandani has given the affidavit. She has not denied a single charge. That is, what is she saying? Oh, he has done that under gunpoint and all, he was forced. Darshan Hiranandani is a businessman. You think that PMO say people will put him under pressure? No, this logic is not working. And people who are saying let the allegations be proved, the same logic should apply to Mr. Adani also. You are listening to Hindenburg, which is a short-selling company, and saying that Adani is accused. But in case of Mahua Moitra, those who are defending her are saying, no, it has to be proved. Why not the same logic for Adani? Adani is also coming. So let her come. Adani has also said,
respond. Yes, Ravi Srivastava, respond. Go ahead.
Can I ask the lady, what kind of love and affection you have got for this Adani group?
What kind of a question is that? What kind of a question is that? No, what kind of a question is that, Ravi Srivastava? What kind of a question is that? She's free to air her opinion, her views. She's asking you to apply the same logic to Adani does not mean you can ask such questions. What kind of a question is that?
The logic you people are applying.
What kind of love and affection in that case, sir, you have? In that case, you have that you are questioning the BJP and supporting Mahua Moitra. One can ask you that question.
No, it cannot, because it's a corporate house. What link you have got with them?
Yes, and when her party is not supporting Ravishji, her party is not supporting her. Why are you coming? What kind of love you have?
Your logic will then be applied to Mahua Moitra because Darshan Hiranandani himself is saying that login ID details were given to me.
Out by 50% after Hindenburg report. The Hindenburg report was not made by Mahua Moitra or any Indian corporate.
Have you been given Ferragamo shoes?
It was made abroad.
Do you wear Ferragamo shoes? Have you been given Ferragamo shoes? Have you been given a Louis Vuitton handbag?
Question on this.
Charu Pragya, her charge is very simple from day one, ever since this story broke, that it's the BJP which wants to shut her up. It's the BJP which wants to silence her.
She gives herself too much importance, frankly. And in fact, I think she should not speak too much because every time she opens her mouth in Parliament, she's loud, she is rude, she's using very unparliamentary language. I think it's better. I mean, if you're asking my personal opinion, she should not speak at all. But what is she talking about really? And that's the question. And you know what? I don't even want to discuss all these favors that she has taken. For all I care, she can stud her home with diamonds or carry around a gold bag. The point is that all this time that she was speaking in Parliament cost us, the people of this country, a lot of money. Every single minute to run the Parliament cost us lakhs of rupees. Raviji, I don't speak over you. Why do you always do this? No, Raviji, why do you always do this? Why do factual things upset you so much? Swati, I need you to come in so I can finish making my point, please.
She was a respected parliamentarian till such time.
Okay, Mr. Srivastava, let her finish.
She became...
Let her finish her point. I'll come to you for a rebuttal. Okay, Raviji, I'll come to you for a rebuttal. Let her finish.
Terrible habit you have.
Let her finish.
This is a terrible habit. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make here is that running the Parliament costs us, the people of this country, a lot of money. When you are speaking in that Parliament, you do it with a lot of care about what you're addressing. You do it with a lot of responsibility. You are grateful for every second you spend inside that building because the people send you there. So instead of focusing on the problems of her people in her constituency, in her state, what is she doing?
Ravi Srivastava.
She's trying to make money off a business house.
Ravi Srivastava.
Helping the corporate or giving them some disadvantage. 70% questions are motivated.
Raviji, you know what?
And that same allegation has been leveled against her, Raviji. That same allegation has been leveled against her today.
It's not asking a question. Government accountability is not a crime. Is the IPC any law for that? That asking questions, government accountability.
No, your arguments are very feeble today, Raviji. Maybe you should go back and sit down with Mahua.
Every parliamentarian has a right to ask any question pertaining to any corporate, any government policy, any decision.
Go sit down with her and come up with a better argument because this is beyond feeble. Beyond feeble. In fact, I think it is shameful.
What are you
Lots of
talking?
people want to
How can you
be
shut her
in
mouth?
our parliament
Because she spoke
representing
against
the people
Adani.
of this country.
That's
It's
the
a
only-
privilege which
only
cannot be
crime she
taken
has
lightly.
done.
This is a breach of privilege.
Okay, breach of privilege says Charu Pragya. Ravi Srivastava is saying that this is only because she is targeting Adani. I want to bring in Miss Roy. Miss Roy, you know, the allegations were very serious. The allegations were that she took cash, she took money and luxury items, jewelry and bags to ask questions. As far as Mr. Hiranandani is concerned, in the affidavit that he has, and a detailed affidavit that he has released, nowhere does he talk about any cash transfers. He does not talk about any money trail. And as far as giving expensive gifts is concerned, he says, and he's admitting that there was a quid pro quo because he wanted favors in opposition-ruled states, and that's why, you know, he was listening to all her demands, fulfilling all her demands. There's also no mention of any hawala transaction, as was alleged.
Yes, so that can be investigated, Swati. But one thing is clear from Mr. Hiranandani's affidavit that at this point he was also feeling pressurized. And what does he call her? He calls her dominating and assertive. So that means he was feeling intimidated by her. He was tired of fulfilling her demand, whether it is a Louis Vuitton bag, whether all the gifts are holiday expenses or renovating her government house. So this man also got pressurized. That's why it seems that he has also come out and exposed. He realized that if he gives, he cannot keep on giving into her demands. So he... Yes,
you know, but he continued. He clearly continued doing that, Miss Roy. He continued. One second, he continued doing that, and till now he did not speak about it. Only today, when the the allegations have been leveled, Darshan Hiranandani says that his name figured prominently, and now that this has snowballed into a political controversy, the Parliamentary Privilege Committee, the judiciary also now seized of the matter. It is incumbent upon him to state the facts in public interest through this sworn affidavit. Till today, he did not mention it, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, till the allegations were leveled, till all of this became public.
Sure. Now, see, here's the problem. You know, the timing of the accusation. So, for example, assume if you, Charu is a friend, so I can use her as an example. Assume I kill Charu today, and my partner 10 years down the line, we have a bad breakup, then comes out in public and says, Abhijit Iyer Mitra murdered Charu. Does that mean there won't be a murder investigation? You see, these are bizarre logics. There are three separate lines out here which we need to understand. The first is a civil case. It is not a criminal case, and that is a custody battle for a dog between two a separated couple. Okay, this is number one. That is a civil case. Number two, there may be a criminal case in there of dog napping, which is a different issue. The second is certain allegations of criminality against Mr. Adani. There are several investigations underway for that. The third, however, is a criminal case that we're talking about today, which is the cash for questions scandal surrounding Ms. Mahua Moitra. Now, everybody's intent will be questioned in court. But I don't see how him coming out accusing her for 2-3 years negates the accusations, because the facts of the matter have to be investigated irrespective of the motive of those accusations.
Okay.
If the accusations are found wrong, that perjury is a criminal offense. Remember, Mr. Jay Dehadrai can be held responsible for perjury because he has put this down in a sworn affidavit. Right? That is how the law takes its course.
Okay.
Now, these people know that. They're just trying to muddy the water, saying, why if you come out 10 years down the line, if you come out 20 years down the line, how does it matter? You know, just because we raise the Kashmiri Pandit ethnic cleansing 20 years, 30 years down the line, doesn't mean that the Kashmiri Pandit genocide did not happen in Kashmir.
Okay, Lokesh Jindal, it's not about the timing, it's not about the fact that these accusations have been leveled now, it's about the crime. If the crime was committed, then investigation needs to take place, and the guilty needs to be punished.
Well, at this point of time, I would say that the judicial process and even the parliamentary procedures, they are the best institutions to decide on this course. And rather than subjecting Mahua Moitra to a media trial or a kangaroo court and subjecting her to certain forms of accusations, like Charu stated that whatever she says, she has a foul mouth and all these things, that is something that is not called for. She is still the member of the parliament. Still, it has not been,
That
facts have
means
not
she
been
should not be
established yet,
respectful.
completely beyond doubt. Still, there are a very strong case that has been put forth by Mahua Moitra as well. So, giving putting a one-way narrative is something which is not ethical.
Okay.
Secondly, in this entire scenario, I would still support the point of view that there should not be selectivism in the parliament. We have seen in this entire tenure, there has been some form of a bias against the opposition party leaders.
Okay.
And the BJP member of parliaments, they are given some form of a leniency. When we talk about proceedings against them.
Leniency
in
given to BJP members when it comes to proceedings. Charu Pragya, quick rebuttal. I have to wrap up.
You know, Lokesh is saying that she put up a good defense. Lokesh, I missed that defense. I read that 2-page letter 15 times. I missed that defense. I don't know what defense you're talking about, frankly.
Let the ethics committee determine that.
Okay, the ethics committee will determine that. The ethics committee will determine whether it's just an allegation, whether it's just sound and fury, or whether there is some substance, whether there are proofs and evidence to corroborate the charges. Till then, we'll have to wait. Thank you very much to our panelists, except Charu Pragya, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, and Lokesh Jindal, who will continue with us on debate number 2.